Hi, guys. Welcome back. Happy Easter to everybody. I completely forgot it was Easter. I just realized it, about an hour ago. I was like, oh my God, I didn't do anything for Easter. So, got out my coloring pages, looked up Easter, 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 and I found this adorable picture. And I will leave the link in the description. Although I should have done this a couple of days ago so you guys can get into the spirit of things. And I'm going to just sit here, color, rant. Today was a much better day than the day before. It was my daughter's birthday. Happy birthday to Brittany. I can't believe my baby is 29 years old already. I didn't get to see her, unfortunately, because I don't want to mix germs from the households. Even though she doesn't go out, and it probably would have been okay. We only do it when we absolutely have to, like getting the computer fixed. There are just certain things that I am willing to. No, I'm joking around, but I didn't get to see her. Her husband, she was actually really happy. She said she had a really good birthday. Her husband made it that way because he's wonderful. And he got her, she loves baths. She loves everything to do with baths, like good smelling things. So he got her a bath bomb set, which I think is his go-to thing. He knows it's a it's a good one because he gives it to her. He gives it to her for every holiday. And he got her a bench for her bathtub so she can read books, like one of those over the bath trays. And they ordered in dinner, and he got her Cold Stone ice cream. Lucky her. Okay, so I have this crazy idea, and I've been watching a lot of homestead videos, and they have it going on. I like their lifestyle and stuff. I never even thought about living on a farm, but I love animals and stuff. So, me and my bright ideas. My husband's already said no, but that only means it's the first level no. He says no for everything. I was thinking of getting some chickens. Don't laugh, chickens in Las Vegas. There are people who do have them, but I have a side yard that's completely blocked in. I mean, you can't get it's block walled and it's got a fence. It's like the perfect place for a chicken coop. It's got grass, it's got shade, it's safe. We don't have that many predators here that I really have to worry about. It's spacious enough for not too many, but for like two chickens. And they give a lot of eggs. I mean, I was very surprised. Like, I was watching some videos about them, and they can give like 260 eggs a year. That's a lot of eggs. And I don't know, I wouldn't like have babies and eat them. I mean, I could never do that, but I wouldn't mind getting a couple of chickens. My husband already said no. In fact, he didn't even want to hear my idea. But that's only first level no. That doesn't count. So he said to me, you see, he said no immediately. And then he said, well, if you could finish painting the house, then I'll consider it. I planned on finishing the house. The only reason I didn't finish the house yet is because my arm. But my arm is fine now. So if I finish painting the house, I can get my chickens. Maybe. He's never said no to me about an animal before. I mean, I've had some crazy animals in my day. We had a green mamba and a black mamba, which are like the most deadly snakes in the world, at my house. They weren't there long. It was part of an animal rescue that I did, and the SPCA, well, it was a long story, but the person who had them overnight, the SPCA brought them to these people, and then, like, in the middle of the night, they were like screaming, "Get them out of the house." I guess they didn't know enough about them or whatever, and they started flipping out. So in the middle of the night, the SPCA had to go and get their snakes, and they called me up and they said, "Can you just take them?" I was like, "Well, I can take them if I don't have to open the box," which I didn't. And so technically, I did have mambas at my house. Uh, by the late afternoon, they had come and picked them up. But I mean, I've had an alligator. I've had, oh, the worst one. The worst snake I ever had was, it's called an African rock python. This thing was evil. And I don't say that about many animals. I mean, I'll save anything. But this animal, oh my God, it was it was released in a park in Michigan, and it was so mean that it chased somebody, like somebody had it as a pet and released it in the park, and then the snake chased after somebody on a bicycle, and then it ran into like a baseball field and went after these people who were playing baseball, and they beat the living daylights out of it with a baseball bat. The snake was really hurt bad. So, but it was nasty. It wasn't like a snake that you could have as a pet. It was a mean, mean snake. So the snake, which was beat up really bad, got rehabilitated in Michigan. And the Michigan SPCA called me up and said, "Will you take this snake?" I was like, "All right, I'll take the snake." Well, I didn't realize how mean this snake was. And it got shipped here after a couple of months, and we took it out. I had a friend who was living here at the time, and he was uh, like the more aggressive animal handler. We used to do rescue together, and he used to handle the more aggressive animals. And this snake, when we got it out of the box, was really super docile. I mean, it just like was like quiet and sweet, and we held it, and we were like, "Oh, it's, this is not going to be so bad. How did this snake, go chasing after somebody? Oh, the poor little snake." Oi. We put it in my bathroom, and we steamed up the bathroom, and the snake warmed up. Well, my friend, a guy, went to open the bathroom door, and we had the snake in the shower stall, which had glass in front of it. Well, the snake got out of the glass and shower, and climbed straight over the top. Didn't even open the door, just straight up, almost to the ceiling. Got over the glass, and when he opened the door, he wasn't expecting the snake to be right there. He just opened the door a tiny bit, and this snake lunged at his testicles. Well, if this guy did not have lightning fast reflexes, he would have lost them. And he slammed the door, and he's like, "Houston, we have a problem." Well, this was the meanest snake you have. I mean, this snake should have been put down. We had a hard time finding it a home because I wasn't expect. We were the rehabbers, we're the rescue people. We're not expected to keep them, but that was like another crazy animal that we've had. And my husband's used to living with crazy animals, so now we did once rescue a whole bunch of roosters. Some idiot kids in New York, as a senior prank, ordered like 200 roosters. They were little baby rooster chicks, like little things. And they they were going to release them in their school. Now, if you know anything about roosters, usually they're culled. They're not sold because you can only have like one rooster and your hens. You can't have massive roosters. The fight. That's why they call them cockfighting. They get nasty with each other. They kill each other. So they were too young to start to fight yet. And the SPCA called me up and said, "Can you take these roosters?" Well, I knew nothing about chickens and roosters. I was a reptile rescue. So they ended up giving us like 200 roosters. And then I discovered I could not adopt them out. And every single rescue that I called, which was like a chicken rescues and rooster rescues that could help me out finding homes for these animals, told me the same thing. You got to cull them. And which was sad, but there was nothing we could do. So we did have to put them down. I think we adopted out one or two of them, but they were fighting with each other and they were young. They were like itty bitty out of the egg young, and they would like peck each other to death. And it's not like you could separate 200 roosters. So it was a lesson learned back then that you don't really want to own roosters. Chickens, on the other hand, are different. You can own chickens, they get along. They don't crow in the middle of the night, so or like 5 o'clock in the morning. So I am thinking about it because I love the idea of having farm fresh eggs. If this ever happens again, you don't have to worry about eggs. And I kind of like the idea. Now, I wouldn't raise the babies. That's like not something I would want to do. I can't have a house full of chickens. But like two chickens, I think that's a good idea. We'll see. I still have to work on him. He's still in the no stage, but that's exactly where he is. So my bunny is about done. Um, just a relaxing night. I'm almost at my 30 days and I haven't taken a break. So I may, after the 30 days, go to every other day because I do want to finish some projects in the house. And so I think every other day until we're out of this mess that we're into, at least another month, or maybe into June, depending on when we get out of the house. So that's, I think, going to be my plan after the 30 days are over. But I'm always available to you. So I'm going to say goodnight. Happy Easter to everyone. Please have a sane, safe, happy Easter. Better holidays will come, I promise. I love you guys. Take care. Stay safe. Stay home. Bye-bye.